How would you like to get an open rate on your email of over 30%? Maybe 40, 50? I have even had 60% open rate. But here's the deal, guys. I get it consistently. I am going to share with you all my secrets in this episode. Let's get real.
If you're running a brick and mortar business, raising some kiddos, and juggling all of life's offerings, let's be real and call you what you are. You, my friend, are a rebel woman. You've put your blood, sweat, and tears in creating a storefront that lights you up, serves your clients well, and contributes significantly to the community you love. You are my hero. And I'm pretty sure we could sit down and talk shop for hours because I get it. I have a brick and mortar business myself for over 12 years, a handful of kids, and a few passion projects that I love, like this one. Hey there, everybody. My name is Melissa Rose, and I am your visibility coach for brick and mortar businesses who want more clients coming in their doors. I have a passion for helping and serving those who are also living life on the edge, going for their dreams, and creating a legacy through their kick-ass business. In this podcast, we're going to share the nitty-gritty of running a successful brick and mortar business. We're going to share stories, we're going to talk strategy, and we're going to learn practical tips that leave you inspired, empowered, and equipped to create the life of your dreams. Are you ready? Let's get real.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Brick and Mortar Visibility. I'm your host, Melissa Rose, and today we got a really jam-packed episode. So we're going to dive right in because you guys want to make money, right? We all want to make money. That's why we are in business, right? We are not here to give away our services. We're not here to break even. We're here to make a profit so we can make an impact in our families, in our community, and in our world. So today's topic is all about email marketing. And it's one of those things that I personally love in my business because I've seen the effects of it in my business, okay? So a few stats we're going to start with. According to HubSpot, email marketing has a 4,200% ROI. What does that mean? That means for every dollar that you put into email marketing, you're going to get an estimated $42 back. I love that. Those are great stats to think about because I have, like I said, I've seen it in my business. All right. And the other important thing about email marketing is there's lots of things, but first of all, you own those emails. Once people give you those emails, once you get them through your registration process or your client intake form, you have those emails to then take care of them. Not only, if they're current clients, but then after they're clients, maybe they do an intake form and they don't follow through with working with you, you can still nurture them. All right. And email is so important because according to these stats, they're going to see your email versus the social media. Social media, it is estimated that only 2% of your following see your social media. Once you add advertisement or Facebook ads behind it, that can go up to 6% or more. But social media, we put so much time and effort into that, and the return isn't there for us as much. So this other stat from HubSpot says 4 to 5 marketers would rather give up social media than give up their email. And I am definitely one of those people. If I could give up my social media, oh my gosh. And I have somebody do it for me, you guys. So that's how I feel about social media. Yes, it's fun. It's, it's engaging. But if I could give that up, I really would. But email, I love it. Now, I love it because I have seen results, but let's back up a little bit. When you email out your people, you need to take the time and energy to invest in a program or software where you can know what's happening. All right? I spend a fair amount composing an email because I want it to sound like me. I want people to open it. And then I want them to click through on any links that I have. So that takes time. And if we don't have a software behind the scenes that helps us track that, we don't know what's working. All right. So I have an episode 116 where I say it's titled "Stop Losing Time and Money in Your Business," and it talks about those software systems in your back office that are super important. So if you're newer into business or you've been duct taping, patchworking things to make it work, no judgment, absolutely no judgment, because we've all been there. But Is your email marketing system platform tracking for you? What do I mean by tracking? I need you to know how many people you're sending it to. I need you to know how many people opened it. If you can find out when they opened it, because then you can make sure or find out maybe the better time for you to get people, for you to send that email. How many people click through it? How many people unsubscribed? That's okay, because when you unsubscribe or when people unsubscribe, they are not your people, which is then going to help your email open rate get higher. Okay, so take the time to look at some email software programs. You may have one that's all tied up in your client management system. For my coaching business, I use Simplero because it does do a lot of things for my business, and I like it. It's simple, thus the name Simplero. And then for my dance studio Brick Mortar, we use DSP, Dance Studio Pro. However, I also have a Simplero account that we are bringing in all our people from DSP over into Simplero, because Simplero does all the tracking. DSP doesn't. We send out an email. We have no clue who opens it. We have no clue who opens it, when they open it, percentage of open rates. It's with Simplero, we can see exactly Susie opened it on Friday at 3:30. And then we know. All right. So when somebody says I didn't get the email, we could say, actually, yes, you did. You opened it at this time. So that is helpful to know, right? Okay. Especially if you're working with clients one-on-one, and many of you are, or even in a group setting. And when they say they didn't get the email, we can follow up kind of behind the scenes and say, okay, all right. So that is why I want you to pay attention to what you're using in your back office. Okay. Now, number 3. How am I getting 30%, 40%, 50% open rate? Okay. Now, for those of you that are, in the marketing space or have been in business a while, you might be like, okay, well, how big is your email? If you're only emailing it out to 20 people, yeah. No, I have a significant email list. I have a couple thousand in my dance Brick and Mortar, and I have over 1,000 in my coaching. So I feel like those are, they're not crazy huge, but that's a significant amount of people opening my emails. All right. So number 1 in how I did it is you have to create value in that email. What do I mean by value? It has to maybe make them laugh. It has to make them have a little bit of fear of missing out. We do this really well with my Brick and Mortar. I try to carry it into my coaching business as well. Like, what am I missing out this week? In my coaching business, it's the story of my hives. Literally, I have been breaking out in hives for the past weeks. I think it's due to stress, but I'm still figuring this out. So you're getting updates. But it could be, funny stories about my kids, obviously the podcast, but with my Brick and Mortar, we send out 2 emails a month, and they're related to our blog that we put out 2 times a month. So those are jam-packed with, meet our new students, happy birthday to April students. These are the classes that are coming up. Oh my goodness, did you get information on summer camps? Here they are. Do you want to work here? We put tons of things in our blog, which then we carry over into our newsletter, and it literally is short. It's just like bullet points, and then they click through to what they want to read because everything's linked individually. So that is what creating value is. And because of that, people want to open it. Okay. We want to make sure it's for them. When I was guilty of this in the beginning of, sharing more about me or what I was doing. And you need to have some of that. I'm not going to say don't do that. Of course, you want to create that relationship and share a little bit, but it can't all be about you. It has to be about them. What's in it for them? Okay. Second, we need to get them to open it. Okay, you could create all this value, but if they don't open it, it's so frustrating, right? So you need to have a great subject line. And you guys, we do all of the things. But the first thing I do is I'm going to share with you two different things, okay? Because in my brick and mortar, I use the same subject line every time. And it's literally the latest from TDH. And I have either a dancer emoji, a flag, or, stars, okay, to kind of pull their focus. The reason I do the same subject line for my brick and mortar is because we send it out at the same time, identically the same time of Sunday, on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Okay, we do that twice a month. So that's when our blog goes live. Actually, it just went live last night. Now, I used to change up the subject line, but I just got lazy and I realized the open rate went higher. Okay, so that was an accident because usually I spend a lot of time with creativity. I use aminstitute.com for creating subject lines or titles. You guys, highly recommend it. It's a little free tool where you can put in your subject line or put in your title of your blog, and it will give you a percentage of what, percentage open rate or how it will be perceived. And I have gotten my titles to be like a 66% open rate. I'm like, awesome. So I use that a lot for the podcast to get people to open the podcast and listen to the podcast. But I also use it for my subject lines. But for my brick and mortar, I have chosen to just say it, keep it simple and keep it right to the point. The latest from TDH. And it is the latest. You don't want to miss out. Now, for my coaching business, every week I try to make a fun open rate, subject line. Who knows? Maybe I'll just go back. Here's the latest. But for me and my personality and what's going on in life, I think creating a customized subject line for my coaching works. Okay. But my coaching business has gotten consistently over 30% open rate. And the average in the industry is 18 to 20%. And then in my brick and mortar, I just opened it right before I recorded because I wanted to make sure I was real. And it was 40% last night. And it will go up because people will check their email today and tomorrow. But in preparing for this episode, you guys, I went through the past 4 to 6 weeks in both of my businesses. And I was talking to my social media manager. I was like, holy cats, we have an average of 47% open rate for my brick and mortar. That's crazy. And that's awesome. And of course we do, because I see it come back to us with people purchasing classes or wanting to try classes or signing up for the camps or signing up for summer or whatever. It happens within seconds of pressing publish. It's very cool. All right. And then number 3, and this is the most important. Okay. So I headed this up with how do I do it? Number 1 is creating value in the email. Number 2 is that subject line so they open it. But number 3, you guys, and you know this, if you've listened any amount of time, you know this is who I am, and it is consistent. I am crazy consistent. Okay, I kind of joke that my life is so boring because I'm so consistent. You know exactly every day that I'm going to walk at 6 a.m. I'm in bed by like 8:30, 9 o'clock. Like, it's just really like my life is so boring. But the same is true with my email. I am super consistent. We send it every 2 weeks at 8 p.m. on Sunday night. And I have had clients say, I look forward to that email. We get it on Sunday. I know exactly when it's coming. And that's what I know I need to open that to get the deals, make sure I don't miss out on that camp for my kiddo. For my coaching business, it's the exact same thing. I send out my email for brick and mortar visibility every Wednesday at noon. And it is extremely consistent. And the reason is because I follow people and I look forward to their email every Monday or every Friday. And it just helps. It's predictable. People expect it, they want it, and they're going to open it. So that is how I have consistently gotten open rates of 30, 40, and 50%. I do want to rebuttal here. You don't have to do it every week or even every 2 weeks. I have a client that I'm working with, and she sends out a newsletter, and she is consistent, but she only does it like 4 times a year. Okay, so she does it every quarter she sends out a newsletter, but she has crazy open rates. I think she said 66%. And I was like, holy cats, that's amazing. So for those of you that think you need to, like, oh my gosh, I can't even fathom sending something out weekly, you don't have to. It can be whatever works for you. My only caveat is that it has to be consistent. Now, I have been doing my newsletter consistently for 6 years. So I think that's something to it as well, that over time, you're going to get better. Over time, people are going to expect it. Over time, you figure out the tricks that work for your community and lean into them. So pay attention to that. The last point I want to leave you all with is email marketing, when done consistently, when you are bringing value to your people, when you are getting them to open that email, it comes back to you, as we pointed out with the statistics in the beginning of the episode here. 4,200% ROI. I have seen that. I have felt it. I have enjoyed it. It is a very economical way to bring more business in your doors. And if you are not doing it, I strongly advise you to lean into it more. Take something else off your plate. Take one other marketing strategy that you're doing and take it off your plate and invest in this one. Now, if you need help, you guys, this is what I do. This is what I'm super passionate about. I have a brick and mortar business, and I want other brick and mortar businesses to be thriving and enjoying and loving their business. And part of that is getting your systems and getting visibility so well oiled, so well run that you then feel lighter because it's working and you know it's working and you can see it working. All right. So if you need help, like, oh my gosh, Melissa, I'm just overwhelmed. I don't even know where to start. I literally had a business owner reach out to me this past week, and he goes, okay, Melissa, I need your help. I don't know how you are doing this. I don't know how you run 2 businesses and have 5 kids and seem like you have your stuff together. I need help. So we set up a 30-minute call. I go, absolutely. And to be fair, he lost some key employees and he's frazzled, and that's part of it, right? That's part of running a business, is that yes, you're going to have seasons where everything seems to go well, and then all of a sudden shit hits a fan and you lost 3 employees, and now you're the one having to do the actual, like, in the business work besides running the business. So yes, there's that. But we had to take a step back, and in order to get more people to know about you, we had to step back a little bit and think about some foundational things. So if you need that help, that is my gift, is taking a step back and looking at your business and helping you take systematized, strategized steps forward so that you're not overwhelmed, okay? Because I want you to do things consistently. I want you to take what we decide, okay? That what we decide is best for your business, okay? What works for you isn't going to necessarily work for the next person. All right. It's customized to you. So if you would like to do that, please just get a 20-minute call, a coffee chat, and we can talk about your business a little bit. You will leave with some ideas and some inspiration and action steps to move forward. But if you want to work further together, I have one-on-one coaching available. And this is just really that person to help you, the person to, Melissa, I want you to help me come up with some blog ideas. Or Melissa, could you read through this email and see what you would change? Or Melissa, I would really like to chat with you about pricing. Or Melissa, I need some help with managing my team. Those are things that I love to help and guide business owners on. So if you're interested, set up that 20-minute call, or you can look into one-on-one coaching if that seems like it might be a fit for you. I have 6-month and 1-year packages for that. So I will have the link in the show notes here. Just click it. It'll take you right to the landing page to learn more about that. If you have any questions at all, you guys, on this episode on email marketing and getting your open rates higher, feel free to DM me over on Instagram, Brick and Mortar Visibility. I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear questions or any thoughts that you have, or any tips maybe that you have experienced in your business. When we share, we grow and get better. So that is what it's all about. Wishing you all an awesome week. Get to it. Let's do it. We'll see you here, same time, same place next week. Peace. Bye-bye.
Oh my gosh, you're still here. You are such a rebel woman. I have to meet you. Come on over to the Rebel Women Tribe on Facebook, created for brick and mortar business owners just like you. In this group, we empower, encourage, and support each other. And every week, I come in and share with you a tip, tool, or strategy that I'm learning in my brick and mortar business to help you in yours. And you guys, this is the real stuff, the nitty-gritty in real time of what's going on. So come on over to the Rebel Women Tribe on Facebook. I can't wait to meet you.